Up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman.
You're mad.
Thank goodness for that, because if I wasn't, this would probably never work.
Hey, it's Sam Jones, Flash Gordon. I'm a big fan of the nerdery, so you better be tuning in. That's right.
It's going to be an interesting show.
Already. Welcome back to the Nerdery. I'm JD, and you can't see me yet.
I'm Ricky.
Daddy!
Steven! And Lewis.
Patty's all super excited.
It's me.
It's me. It's me. It's DD Patty.
And as always, we're brought to you by All Star Comics on Garth Road, across the street from the San Jacinto Mall in Baytown, in the Brew Wings Shopping Center. And Captain Jack's Elixirs, 322 East Texas Avenue, Baytown, Texas. CaptainJacksElixirs.com.
Yes.
Woo.
So, what's everybody got?
Ricky, would you mind reading my little stack there?
I sure will.
Aww.
This is the Prez stack.
This is the Prez stack. We've got Superman issue number 9. Rebirth. DC Universe Rebirth. We've got the Rebirth issue of Green Lanterns number 9. We've got Mechanism by Raphael Ienco. Ienco. Okay. What is this one, JD? Go ahead.
That is Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, Book 6. We've been waiting months for that thing.
Awesome. And Horizon, Thomas Gideon Martin issue number 4.
Alright, so I have a question real quick. I don't know if you can see it there, JD. David would like to know, since no one answered last week, are we using the same one, or is it supposed to be a different one?
No, I'm editing that one as we speak.
Alright, so there you go, David. He's editing it currently.
So what you got?
I will be doing the 12-watt Aukey WSB port. Excuse me. iPhone charger. Well, iPhone and Android. Excellent product. And the AudioQuest Dragonfly is a very popular device. We'll get more into that, but that's what I'm reviewing.
Alright, I have. Here's my list, my notes. Rocky Horror that just came out. The Lost Boys comic, Puppet Master comic, 2 Harley Quinn, The New Lady Death, The Strain, Master Quinlan, I guess, Vampire Hunter, and Dark Blue.
Nice. Alright, so I have my 3 from All Star, which is the infamous Iron Man number 1. Cave Carlson has a cybernetic eye, number 1. And Shipwreck, number 1.
Very nice.
And I guess I'll be doing a joint review with the infamous Iron Man. I also have the first season of DC Legends of Tomorrow, and I have a kind of a. I guess I haven't fully played it, so I guess it's a partial review for Destiny: The Iron Lords expansion. Rise of Iron. Thank you.
Give me a second, guys. My screen froze. So.
You're rising my iron.
I hope not.
Oh, yeah.
Start
That's gross.
Bad joke. Bad joke. I had to do it.
That's really gross.
It's a good bad joke.
There we go. Oh, they're all clear now.
There we go.
Alright, so the new question is up. What were the X-Men originally a metaphor for?
Alright, so who wants to begin this shindig? I will. Alright, so Shipwreck number 1. This is an Aftershock comic. This is Eric Gapster, Mark Inglet, and Marshall Dillon. This one's actually pretty interesting, y'all. It's y'all. Hey, I'm Texas. If you can't tell by the fucking accent.
Marshall Dillon, you know he had to.
Y'all.
Texas, welcome.
It is dealing with a shipwreck of a different type.
Spaceship?
Kind of.
Okay.
And what happens and this guy going through his injury and how long he's been wandering. It's really twisted, y'all. I actually really enjoyed it.
You said it again.
Did it?
You say y'all all you want to.
I'm going to. I don't care. Just because a New Yorker doesn't like it, get a rope.
At least our sauce is made in San Antonio.
Oh my god.
Altogether, y'all, 4 Ninja Scrolls. Really enjoyed it. I'm not going to go into a lot of it because the story is kind of short. So if I tell you it, you've pretty much read the book.
That's how I feel about a lot of books.
That's how
All
I feel
right.
about our review.
Cave Carlson, the Cybernetic Eye. This is DC's Young Animal. You're going to have to kind of force yourself to read it. The story's good. It's definitely very wordy. It does throw hints out there of things dealing with both Superman, Green Lantern, and other things into how this cybernetic eye may be built. Guy is a cybernetic eye. It does not explain why or how, but he's seeing odd visions of his wife beckoning him to come live with them in the dirt. As monsters attack, he can't tell reality from what the cybernetic eye is showing.
Close your eye.
Yeah, pretty much. It's interesting.
Wear an eye patch.
Is it a brown eye?
But it is definitely one that, you know what, I think it's red, so, you know, it's a little bloody. But it is definitely, you know, if you're into the sidelines of DC, it's not a bad one to go with. I can only give it about a 2.5. I will give it that because the artwork is pretty cool and unique in its styling. Story was just kind of hard to get into. Alright, and for my last one, the infamous Iron Man. Alright, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, 5 Ninja Scrolls, really enjoyed it, good storyline, good artwork, a very dark artwork for this line. We get to see Doom coming out, and this is actually called The Rise of Doom. Any of y'all who actually know who the infamous Iron Man really is. This is the start to this. This is one you're going to want to go pick up. You're going to want to keep this one because this is definitely the setting to a whole new line. Even if you're not an Iron Man fan, if you're a Doom fan, this is where you want to go.
Or Fantastic Four fan.
Or
Because you do
Fantastic
see a returning Fantastic Four character.
You do.
Making
He's kind of a big thing.
He is a very big thing. Very.
It's like me, I'm kind of a big deal.
Depending on
What
who
are
you're
you
talking
doing?
So Ricky's fucking out and playing the tune at the same time. He wanted to hear me say y'all a few more
I
times.
just wanted to. I had to do it.
Well, like I said, definitely 5 Ninja Scrolls. Lewis, what'd you think?
I actually liked it. It was pretty twisted. The artwork is extremely gorgeous and is very appropriate for the characters that are involved. I actually back Steven's rating. I give it 5 Gray Skulls. I actually cannot wait to see what they do to the character in this role. We've seen Dr. Doom play many roles. I mean, anti-hero, villain, and a hero at times, depending on what story arc you read. I do think it's fitting or very appropriate that they are doing this, considering what's going on in the Marvel Universe. But, I don't know. We're just going to have to wait to see how this goes. And
yeah, I will definitely be picking up the next one. I definitely want to see it continue. And I guess, you know what I didn't announce is who's doing this, which is Brian Michael Bendis, Alex Maleev, and Matt Hollingsworth.
So, yeah, definitely go pick it up. I'll be looking for issue 2.
Sweet.
And I'm going to go ahead and go right after you. So, the first season of DC's Heroes of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow's?
Thank
Tomorrow?
you. Legends of Tomorrow. I did say that, right?
You said Heroes.
I'm
You
sorry.
said Heroes.
My bad, Legends. I'm not all here right now. But, first couple of episodes, I feel were actually very well done. It was slow, but it was worth it. Now, at times you do find yourself kind of gritting to getting through the series. But me being a history buff and them traveling through time, that's what kept, seeing them go through the different time periods, really what kept me going. And there's the fact that we see Vandal Savage on screen, or small screen. Again. Yeah, he did make an appearance in Arrow. But I was actually very happy with the way that they did portray Vandal and the way that they kept him going throughout the different time periods that they encountered him. And hell, even leading into the end of the season, where you see him convincing himself of what's going on. And he's just like, wait, what? I'm doing what now? What, really? Oh, okay. All right, let's do this. The chemistry between characters was actually pretty cut and dry. I mean, it's kind of something you would have expected to see heroes interacting with villains, and then they're just kind of rushed, piled together to do this mission just throughout time. At times I felt it was too focused on, but you do see a lot of key character developments for future seasons, and whether they do go future seasons or not, I know season 2 is about ready to air, and hell, it's on Netflix, so it'd be a good time to catch up. I actually thoroughly enjoy it. I gave it a 4.5 Gray Skulls. I highly recommend it if you're looking for just an oddball show to put on and watch. Now my partial review for Destiny's Rise of Iron. Now, at this point I was kind of burned out of Destiny. I got the Taken King. I did not invest in the raid because the raid was so fucking hard.
I beat it once.
And the fact that you had to be so coordinated within the strike to go ahead and do the puzzles, to defeat the bosses, to defeat the end. It was just fuck this.
It was ridiculous.
And so
really was.
They say that I actually really enjoyed that one because it's the first time people actually had to play their fucking characters.
Now in that aspect,
pickup groups were a no-go because you weren't gonna fucking pick up group that.
Yeah.
But if you had a good group and you ran it, and everybody knew the place, when to hit him, when to do things, it wasn't a fucking issue.
Yeah, your friends could not.
Now you cannot make any mistakes in the dungeon.
No.
Period. None whatsoever.
And those of us being classic WoW players, EverQuest, hell, even D&D players, yeah, you can't. You can only have so many fuck ups in a dungeon before. All right, the whole party's fucked. God damn it. All right, start over from scratch, or reset at the.
What the hell? That's erasing it.
I thought he was having a seizure.
I was just like, what the hell? Or if your DM allowed you, go back to the beginning of the dungeon and try it all over again. But with this one, the story was actually very, very quick. I was actually very surprised. You only have 4.
Hate it when that happens.
You only had 4, like maybe 5 major story quests.
Yeah.
And that actually surprised me, considering how Taken King you had 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Not including strikes that they included within the story that you had to do.
Well, let's state facts though. Destiny is preparing for Destiny 2.
So
yeah.
But I mean, as much as a grand scale as they advertised this particular DLC to be, it kind of wasn't. I mean, you only have 1 major strike and the raid. That's it. That's all you're getting. And quite honestly, you're right. Considering on how they're getting really close to pushing Destiny 2, it doesn't surprise me. At the same time, it kind of,
It kind of shows me that
they're
they're not going to be doing anything with original Destiny once they push into 2.
And
Definitely.
and they did put that out there that it was a possibility that after Rise of Iron, you may not see much more support for Destiny itself.
Well, yeah.
Until Destiny 2, and as much as
I'm old, David. Leave me alone. Shit.
and as much as we're actually seeing it within the gaming community, as we're starting to see these companies gearing up, and we're starting to see different public dates coming for these companies or that are making these big scale games, we're starting to notice that all right, they're going to start backpedaling and start pushing something else, or they're just going to leave, and just move on. Now, weapons and armor, the best ones yet.
I agree.
Let
me ask, do they fuck up original Gjallarhorn?
No.
They're not the best one
It's
yet.
actually pretty decent.
Well, I meant as far as armor design,
look. Okay.
As far as armor design and weapon design, it's freaking awesome. I loved it. I have not
samurai stuff.
Yeah,
it's
samurai,
really cool.
old Viking, the medieval age. There you actually can unlock different armaments to like having weapon skins that they actually incorporated, which is a big boon. You're seeing a lot of old exotics actually coming back, and the new exotic that I have right now that I just can't get enough of is the Trespasser. That 3-burst arc sidearm, awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But I actually like what I did not like is the amount of time it gave players to kind of rank up their light in going into the raid, considering the raid dropped 3 days after,
which was really weird.
Which was extremely weird.
They don't typically do that. I think it was just kind of a last
There was probably
Enjoy
a
the
little,
last bit of the game
probably a
before part
glitch in it before they could put it out. Truthfully, I mean, because that's like Taken King when it first came out. The fucking raid was
glitchy as
Ridiculous.
shit.
Yeah.
all of a sudden you go in, now he's already through the fucking wall, and you didn't even do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
shit.
you're like, oh man, my character's stuck. I can't get off this rock.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Or you're stuck to the panel when you have to run in between the rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, the hard mode for the raid just dropped this past weekend, so that kind of led me to believe that they finally fixed a lot of some of the glitches that were actually involved in the raid. I'll probably be doing the raid here pretty soon. I finally got my light level up enough, so I can't wait to actually see what goes on. I've seen it play through. I've seen plenty of Twitch people, of the Twitch casters that I watch.
Yeah, right?
You okay?
Patty got entrapped by what we have on the screen behind the camera, but because how she's sitting and the direction she's looking, it just looks like she's trying to give a thousand yard stare to all our viewers.
He's just.
I just look over because I've been doing other stuff and
There's cartoons on TV. I couldn't help it.
well, I've been doing the Facebook posts and
First of
tweeting
all.
out, and I go back to the actual monitor to check everything, and Patty's just sitting there.
And first of all, Patty, we're all talking about Destiny. Patty's got that. I don't fucking play
care.
with that
Shit.
So she's like, hold on, Commissioner Gordon. I got you. I'll watch you.
Which what we have on right now in the background is the animated Batman Dark Knight Returns.
Oh my
She's
god.
like, I get excited for
It's the
Commissioner
same look
Gordon.
she got earlier when we were talking about comic books,
What kind of
and they were talking about comic book characters and
Oh
all
no,
this
it was
stuff.
groups because I didn't know what the exact groups were or what they were from.
she was
So I
looking like-
smile and I nod. I have no idea.
You're like an Asian tourist that's trying to find out where the good food's at.
Okay.
Okay. It's oh yeah, hot dog.
Oh my god. I get it. Okay, continue. Tell me when you're done.
Sorry,
And
Liz.
then I'll do mine.
No, we're good. I got it. She's like,
Go on with the death stare.
But I was actually for what it was and what it is and what all you can do, and the fact that they brought back older weapons and kind of tweaked them and brought them back for some of us that actually were wanting some of those old exotics or even older legendary weapons altogether. It was actually a nice breath of fresh air. It kind of was. So I definitely give Rise of Iron a 4 out of 5. Gray Skulls. And that does it for me. So Patty, you want to take it away?
Yes.
It's a skeleton. He does that.
Hey, do your whole review staring right into that camera.
Okay. I think the only time I've really stared at the camera
We just had to hide her notes
when
so
I
she
was
just stared at the camera.
cussing out the guy that created American Guinea Pig.
No.
I was right at the camera like, fuck you! Yeah. I think that was the only time I've done that.
If you're watching this, you're a piece of shit.
Hey, I said I'd be honest. And I was. So, we'll start with Rocky Horror, the remake that just came out.
I haven't seen it, but
I'm confused for one because I've heard it's supposed to be a series, but they did the entire movie in one shot. I don't know. It's set up on Hulu
I'm on it.
like it's supposed to be a series. I don't know.
well, maybe they just wanted to knock out the initial movie
Maybe
plot
and then
just
continue. I don't know where they're going with it though. I'm curious if they do continue it
did
where
it
it'll
end-
go.
did
It
it-
ended exactly where the movie ended.
So they lifted off, and you just see
Maybe
Janet
they're gonna go on with Riff Raff. And
Maybe.
Magenta?
Or maybe they're gonna do the time warp.
Again. So, I found out that the screenplay for it was done by the original guy, Richard O'Brien, which was Riff Raff.
Riff Raff.
Yeah.
He was also Mr. Hand in Dark City, the movie.
Yes.
Nice. See, perfect.
It was either Mr. Hand or Mr. Book. I can't remember.
I'm glad to see that he was still a part of it. That was cool. Let's see here. I tried to go into it with an open mind. I love the original. I've been to the live showings and everything else, and I fucking loved it. So I tried to go into it open-minded. And the very beginning, I feel like they nailed it. Right up until you get into the lab. And that first appearance of Frankenfurter, it turns into a Disney Channel kid show.
Oh man.
Come on.
Like the singing style and everything from the original was a lot more raw, a lot more like whatever. And the people that they had singing in this one, they were amazing singers. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it was just a different style.
High School Musical.
It was High School Musical, exactly, or
Yeah.
Glee. It was something like that. It just felt funny. Some of the characters I loved. Some of them I hated. I loved Columbia. She was fucking hilarious. They made her more punk in this, so it was kind of fun, and it made more. Columbia.
Columbia. Okay.
It made more sense she was with Eddie because they were both punk in this instead of the original where Columbia was like, I don't know what the hell, and then he was a punk. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Rocky, I hated it. And he wasn't in his Speedo in it. He was in like long shorts. They were gold long shorts, and he came out of an ice cream cooler.
Turn it off. Just turn it off.
Look, I sat through it. I did. Tim Curry did make the appearance
Yes.
as the narrator.
Yeah.
I loved him. I feel so sad that he's...
Where he's at.
Yeah. I love him. Okay, one of my biggest concerns, and this was my concern from the beginning, was Laverne Cox.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. I love her. I love her
I do
for
too.
everything that she is. I love her attitude. I love her pride. I love it all. But my concern was, for one, they were going to sing Sweet Transvestite, which she is not.
Yeah,
she is
she's
transgender.
Transgender.
So I think that will bring some confusion in the general public that don't know the meaning of all the terms and won't understand that it's different.
Okay.
And after watching it, I was bothered because the shock of Brett and Janet seeing Frankenfurter for the first time wasn't that it was somebody in their underwear so much. It was that it was a obvious man in women's lingerie.
Yeah.
That was what was so shocking about it. And Laverne comes down, and she's in not really lingerie for one, and for two, it's a woman. That's not shocking anymore. That is just a tall woman.
Very masculine looking woman.
No, Laverne is very feminine. Very feminine.
Thanks to the wonders of estrogen.
And boob job.
And a boob job.
But, like, that was my concern with her. She did great, but those are my concerns with her. I gave it 3 out of 5.
Sounds like you're ranking
So it's
higher
okay.
than I would have.
It was okay, but I hated some of the characters and I hated the style of singing.
Okay.
But it could have been a lot worse. So 3 out of 5 full moons. Give it a shot. You might love it. Who knows? I think it'll bring in a lot more of the younger crowd.
That's probably what it was mostly turned into. This generation's Rocky Horror.
But see, I don't know, because, man, Rocky Horror has such a cult following in all generations that,
That's very
you
true.
know.
But I think some of the more... I don't know how to describe it without
Okay.
being an asshole.
Now, Fox is referring to it as a series, and that's episode 1.
See? That's what I'm confused about.
But IMDb is classifying it as a TV movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, Fox's schedule doesn't go all the way to Thursday, which would be its scheduled night. It only goes as far as Wednesday.
Oh.
So whether there's going to be an episode 2 this week,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get on TV Guide, and I'm working on that.
Yeah. And we're going to have to get back to you and let you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. I found this. Very excited. The Lost Boys #1 by Vertigo. Little throwback. It picks up after the film. So,
Okay.
it's pretty cool. It's
Now, the
back
first
in that
one or the
town.
2 shitty ones
The
that
first
followed?
one.
Hey, they got Corey Feldman, all right?
Right?
That's about the only thing.
I would assume the first one. I don't remember seeing the sequels, honestly. But it's
Oh,
still in
that-
their town. And the boys
They
are
were
still
horrible.
boys.
Oh, okay.
So,
So it's right after the first one.
And the town's been quiet for a while. There is a Vampire Hunter League there now. I forgot what the actual title of them is. But it's been quiet, and they've been, you know, doing nothing, just looking out for weird things going on. And then all of a sudden they get attacked. And so, yeah, it shows you some stuff. I'm not going to give it all away because it's a short book. I'm not giving it all away. I really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Artwork was great. Story was great. You know, it was kind of cute. Nostalgic.
Frog Brothers logo.
That's
awesome.
Now I have The Puppet Master. This is Halloween 1989, The Creature. This was totally nostalgic too. I think that's my theme for this week. I have a theme every week, even if by accident. It's put out by Action Lab, just like I thought I had another Action Lab this week. Maybe not. Anyways, absolutely loved it. I normally judge comics by the plot, the dialogue, how it's written, the flow of it, on top of the artwork. This book had almost no
Every
dialogue.
epic zombie movie marathon needs
None.
It was awesome.
It was like, what, 2-3 pages of dialogue tops?
Maybe 2.
But it was great. I fucking loved it. Like, it didn't need it. The artwork alone carried the story, which is really amazing because I've seen books that were way more long-winded and way more information and couldn't pull off a story as well. But I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 full moons.
Yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5 too.
See?
It was awesome, dude. It flowed the way that you remember the film with the attacks of each individual puppet. It flowed the exact same way.
Yeah, but it happens after the movies.
Yes.
Well, some of them.
It was cool.
Okay. I also found, super excited. I didn't know about these. A friend of mine told me. Harley Quinn, DC Universe Rebirth, Undercover Punker. I got 5 and 6. 5 apparently is part 1. I don't know how that happened, but number 5 is part 1.
Okay.
Magic. It's Harley, that's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Just cause. Let's see here. Basically, she's helping track down some bad guys that are fucking up the city. And, so she decides to go undercover as a punk band with her and her little friends.
Yeah, with a gang.
So, she shaves her head and gets all dressed up and beats ass and is singing on stage. It was great. I absolutely loved it. And I love the fact that I was Harley with a mohawk and now Harley has a mohawk. I gave it 5 out of 5.
For both issues or just?
For both issues, I loved it. They kind of just fit together, so I just kind of lump them together. They are 2 separate, but it's one story flow.
Yeah, if y'all aren't picking up that Harley series, the whole Harley series pretty
I
much
like
has been good. The main
main
Harley
line.
series.
I don't like the Harley series with the gang.
Yeah.
I don't like that
Oh,
one.
Harley and her gang of Harleys.
Yeah, Harley
I don't
and
like that
it's a little long-winded, and there's not much action in them.
Yeah.
It's mostly talking about her crew
Yeah.
and their backstories and their issues and stuff like that.
I don't like that one, but all the rest of the Harley books are great, and I love these ones especially. I bought Lady...
Harley is really DC's Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely become that way for sure.
Yeah.
Same colors.
She's great. Also got Lady Death Extinction Express by Coffin Comics.
Hell yeah.
That's one of the newer ones, isn't it?
It's brand new.
Yeah.
She looks hot.
She's always hot. Come on.
Uh-oh.
I love Lady Death. Everything I've read so far. I feel like I'm kind of getting tired. There's not enough story. There's a lot of the same in the past 2 books. And I mean, there's supposed to be different storylines or something. I'm not sure. And basically, she's still in hell. Every review sounds the same. I realize. That's why I'm kind of iffy about it. She's in hell. She's fighting some bad guys. She's trying to get out.
And trying to hold on to her innocence.
And her innocent is a boy that she saved in one of the last books. And he's still following her around. And she's fighting this unstoppable creature. Like, she lops his head off at one point, and he just comes back after that. She thinks he's dead, goes away, and he comes back. So that's kind of cool. It is. This one I just felt fell a little bit short, but I still enjoyed it. I'm hoping for more in the next one. I'll definitely pick up the next one. I gave it 4 out of 5 full moons. Alright. 2 left. I have The Strange Master Quinlan Vampire Hunter. I borrowed from you. Because you reviewed this, 2 weeks ago?
2-3 weeks, yeah.
2-3 weeks ago. Let's see here. It's background on the Master, a new type of vampire type of deal in his story. And it kind of gave me the feels.
Really?
I got the feels
It's a really good
for
story.
it.
She got the feels.
I did. I hate getting the feels. I do. But I absolutely enjoyed it. You follow this baby that grows up and he is What? What?
The way you said this baby, it sounded like, one of those people that gets ambushed with somebody else's kid, but they've never been around kids in their life. There's this baby.
I don't like kids. It's a baby.
There's
That's
this
not funny here
baby.
produced.
I know. I love mine. But ew. So.
At least he's a vampire baby.
Yeah, exactly. I forgave him. No, actually, you know what? I like babies up until they're about 1. Then no.
That's when their
Fuck
lungs
no.
develop better.
And then they talk.
Yeah.
No. And touch things.
Yeah,
and
but
move.
then I'm like, bitch, where's my milk?
Dude, have you seen the new preview for that? The boss baby?
No.
Oh, dude, you gotta see that.
I'm going.
Anyways, we'll say that for the second half.
Okay. But I thought it was really sweet and cool and different, and he's back in the Roman times and a gladiator.
Now you know that in the show, they do bring in a character that was based in Roman times, and he is a half-breed.
Is that guy? I haven't watched them all yet, so.
Well, he doesn't come out to about halfway of the
I
first season.
think I
Because
know
they call
who
him
you're
in.
talking
They call him
about.
in to track down the
Oh
master.
yeah.
That's based on that character.
Yeah, that's probably what that is.
It is.
It's his
Okay.
origin.
It's really good though. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. 4 out of 5 full moons. And this one, I don't know if you want to talk about it too.
Oh, yes. I'm on my way.
Okay. Because this is a joint review too. Look at me getting around.
Have a
2
seat
joint
in a wooden
reviews.
chair.
You know
Doing
you
it up
like
slow. Okay, Dark Blue, put out by Avatar.
By Warren Ellis, the famous, incredible Warren Ellis.
There you go. A cop is hunting down a baddie. That's how I kind of described it. Reality is kind of glitchy and something's off and something's wrong. And there's a medication involved. I thought it was great. I try not to give away too much. You know what I mean? Like,
that is, the best way I can describe it is a deeper dive into psychological thriller
yeah.
along the lines of The Matrix,
Yeah.
but better.
Yeah.
Now, I would have liked to see a penciler or an inker that is more well known than who
Yeah.
they got. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying it was a little too early in his career
Yeah.
for a title like this. But he did a good job with
I had no issue with the art.
what he had. I would have loved to see this thing in color.
Yeah, that would have been great. It would have, I think, been more intense.
Yes.
No.
The reason I'm not a big fan of this artist is black and white would work
Yeah.
for this story, but it needs a lot more black.
Yeah. It needs to be darker because
And it
it
needs
is
to be
such a
called
dark
Like Sin City,
story.
like the kind of how Sin City was drawn in.
Possibly?
Yes. Well, Sin City was a strict bichromatic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't have a problem with that. It has its place, but I think that would be a little bit too brash for this story. I think more of a Mark Miller, going from pencil and then through inking, like it would go to color.
Oh, okay.
That would be perfect. Just
Yeah.
his work, like it was going to be colored,
Yeah.
but just black and white, and it would have been perfect.
It was a little, it needed to be grittier.
Yeah.
It threw me off.
With as dark as the story kind of
Yeah,
is, it
it's
needed to be
dark.
grittier.
It's colored and everything as the front with the title Dark Blue. You go in and it's just black
Black
and
and
white
white.
monochrome, and it's
Yeah.
like, I wasn't expecting that.
It's good gray washes and
It wasn't really
black and
distracting
whites.
though. It didn't bother me. It just wasn't
Some of
dark
it has
enough.
no
Yeah.
texture.
Yeah. But I gave it 4 out of 5.
I agree.
Yeah.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Well, you know what? I'll give it an extra half.
A half.
I get him an extra half. 4.5 out of 5. And I picked that up at Sidekicks, and that is part of Austin Books and Comics. It's one of the largest comic book stores in Texas, and every time I'm in Austin, I make a point to stop by there because it's a wonderful place.
Awesome.
Wonderful place. Sidekicks is their offshoot store. Now, all they have is the older stuff, back issues, and everything is at least half cover price.
Nice.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and they have tons and tons of trades. They do have mangas, They're in there. They have collected arcs and stories that you can get
Sounds like
for
my
literally
kind of
pennies on the dollar. I love that place. And then their main store has comic books you've never heard of that you love to read, but you didn't even know they were in print. That's how I found out Serenity. Serenity continued in comic books for years
Yes.
after the show was cut off. They had it. They had all the issues there.
Really?
Along with Buffy. That's when I found out Buffy was still going. It's just in comic books now.
Yeah.
Like all these TV shows that I used to love, they're still going on. They're just now in comics.
They're going out without you.
My Smallville season 11 volume 1 I picked up there. Because I was a huge Smallville fan, and I found out, well, it wasn't meant to end at season 10. That's the reason the last episode was crap. Because that's all the time they had to try to end the entire series. So there was a complete 2 more seasons planned. Season 11 was actually already written when they got word that it was discontinued.
That sucks.
Yep. So that's the reason you have season 11. And then after that, you have Smallville continuity. Does that wrap up your reviews?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Now, 4.5 on Dark Blue. This is Warren Ellis' early work for Avatar. And back when Avatar was just getting started, Warren Ellis did a lot of work for them. And so I'm actually going to find some more of his stuff that he did for them.
Yeah.
Because Avatar was pretty no boundaries. Kind of like what Image
So
is
there's
now.
potential.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see what other little gems I can find.
Okay.
All right. Let's start off with Mechanism number 4. Up to this point, I've had a lot of love for this series. I've had a lot of love for this title. I love the publisher, Top Cow. They're one of our few top-rated publishers. But the length of this title is starting to kind of wear on me. It's starting to read like a Dragon Ball Z Frieza fight.
20 episodes later.
Yeah, it's like, man, it's
like
building up,
never
building up.
Kamehameha in the next episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much what this issue is. There's still some substance there. There's still conflict. There's still plenty of action. And just having stuck with this one as long as I have, I was really hoping, especially with the cover, you finally see the Mechanism, like, getting ready to fight. I was really hoping to see the Mechanism fight. And I didn't see it. Now the art's still on point. Raphael Enko, wonderful artist. I'm really glad that Top Cow picked him up all those years ago. But as far as the story's going, I'm
a little slow.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose patience.
Yeah.
Too much filler, time for some action.
And initially I was really concerned because Top Cow is a top-rated publisher. Now I can only give this about 3.5 Ks.
Oh.
Now that will bring Top Cow's average down to about 4.7. They're still above a 4, but that definitely brings it down.
It's painful.
Yeah. So I really wish I could give it more, and I'll probably will still pick up issue 5, but
and hope.
And I'll have extremely high hopes for 5. I better see a fucking fight in 5. Because they've definitely teased it a lot in this issue.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
The failed orgasm.
Yeah, that's where I'm at on that. That's where I'm at on that issue. So.
Yep. It's over. Damn it.
Superman Rebirth number 9, Escape from Dinosaur Island Part 2. This is filler. Wow. Complete filler. Which is a massive drop from everything that's been going on in the Superman universe.
Yeah, because you got a lot of action going on.
A lot of it.
And just this filler issue out of nowhere. Not very happy about it.
It's your theme for the week, filler.
Seems like it.
Mine's vintage, yours is filler.
Not so much.
No?
No, just
2. Well,
That's why I'm getting them out of the way.
Okay.
Art's still on point. You got a new character coming in. Guy who's been stranded on Dinosaur Island since World War II. And of course, John's with Superman. He's curious. How'd you lose your leg? Oh, that's weird. How'd you lose your eye? Oh, creepy.
So David says sometimes you got to do the cock tease to make the money shot more worth it.
Oh God.
4 issues of cock tease though, David.
That's a
this is
long
Dragon Ball Z.
wait.
This is Dragon Ball Z level at this
It's
point.
definitely Dragon Balls.
Definitely Dragon Balls. I like that. But yeah, Superman number 9, 2.5. That's all I can give it.
Worse.
And it's not just because it's a filler issue, because even most of the time, even Superman and filler issues, it still gives you enough for entertainment.
Yeah.
It still gives you enough to get you going. But this, the premise of this is outlandish enough. It really is a hard throwback to the 70s Superman stories, but without the moral fortitude.
No.
So, yeah, 2.5. That's all I can give it.
Okay, move on. Don't be sad.
Yeah. All right. Horizon number 4. Finally get some good fighting going on. Finally.
Nice.
3 issues of tease.
There's your payoff.
I'm finally getting some good fighting going on.
He finally got his money shot.
Some people are taking hostages. Another dude's getting some makeshift surgery in the back of a van and in a chase and a shootout. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's not everything I was really hoping for, but it's starting to redeem issue 3 and making me completely and totally lost. This one is definitely far better than issue 3. If you're thinking about getting Horizon, get issues 1, 2, and 4. Skip 3 altogether. It'll confuse the shit out of you. Yeah, it's finally starting to make sense. Starting to put everything back together. Starting to get all that action that's been teasing for so long. I will be getting issue 5, definitely, and we'll be reviewing it on the show. For this one, I'm going to give it a solid 4 capes. I still want more action. I want it to get more intense. It's getting there, but I want more. So, there's that one. Green Lanterns number 9. Now, they've been teasing a good amount about this Phantom Ring and the Phantom Lantern. Volthoom is going to make sure that a certain individual gets that ring. And it's a person who has repeatedly attempted to be a Green Lantern, has dedicated his life to getting a ring, and being a Green Lantern himself, proving himself worthy, proving he can overcome fear, to the point that a ring actually came into his room and said his name. Said, "You have been chosen. You have the ability to overcome great fear," and then it glitches and incorrect, malfunction.
Oh,
you have not been chosen, and it takes back off out of his bedroom window.
Oh,
damn it!
Well, Volthoom, the very first Green Lantern, has come to this person's aid. You do know that there are more lanterns than just the Green Lanterns.
Yes.
And there's one ring out there that you don't have to be chosen. If you can grab it, you can use it. So, I'm pretty sure we just saw the very first appearance of the Phantom Lantern. Now, he doesn't get it in this issue, but this is definitely probably going to be a landmark issue. Phantom Lantern Part 1. You're going to want this. You're going to want to pick it up. I will probably be sending this one off to be slabbed.
Oh, yeah.
5 capes. Fucking love it.
Oh, are you going to send that one off?
Actually,
or are you going to send 1 and 2 off if it's a 2-parted series?
I'm actually probably going to go buy some more copies of this issue. So
that's awesome.
I'm actually going to crank it up to 11.
Nice.
Because now Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz are not in this issue except for one panel, and all it is a picture of them.
Wow.
They are not in this issue whatsoever. It is all about this guy. I'm not going to give you his name. You got to get it yourself. Get this issue. Yeah, I'm gonna crank that one up to 11.
All right.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm fucking loving that.
Well,
series.
anyway, of course, if you're a Green Lantern fan, this will be the first time in a while they've been able to add in
Another
Lantern.
Yeah. All right, now the book I've been waiting for months for. The whole DC Rebirth pushed a lot of titles back. A lot of books got delayed because they wanted the room for distribution to get Rebirth out. Now the Rebirth is well on its own feet. Finally, Dark Knight 3: The Master Race, Book 6. It's about damn time. And once again, when it comes to the Dark Knight books, I'm not telling you shit.
Nah.
But crank it up to 11.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
And of course, if you have not read The Dark Knight Returns, you have not read The Dark Knight Strikes Again, or any of the previous books, this book is not going to make any sense to you. So those are definitely required reading if you want to get in on this. But you can get them in trade. They run about $20. Even the anniversary version of
Anniversary.
which I don't even think it's in print anymore. But if they're still out there, you can find them. I
Matter
believe
of
it's
fact,
only $20.
All-Star has copies of them. I know because I just saw them the other day. They have them
I
right there
have
in
the
case.
anniversary Dark Knight Returns, and I have the Dark Knight Strikes Again up there. But you can get them in trade. They're about $20 a book. You don't want to try to commit to getting the original Dark Knight Returns in individual first print issues.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because they're outrageously expensive. To the fact that, damn, I wish I still had mine. I've recollected book 4 and book 3, book 2 and book 1.
Forget it.
Hundreds and hundreds. So yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
I will not be able to recollect that series probably. That's the reason I have the trades. But definitely crank it up to 11. They are on Comixology as well.
Yeah.
So you can get it in trade. You can order it through your local comic book store. All Star has them, or Comixology. You can get
An
it on there.
Amazon company.
Is it?
I believe it is.
Huh. Well, when it comes to comic books, you have two major monopolies, and they're completely legal. If you want a digital comic, Comixology is the only place you can get it from, or the publisher themselves.
Yeah. Which they do have mobile apps where you can purchase digital. I know I had.
Yeah, you can actually read them on your phone.
At DC for a while.
Having technical difficulties.
Are we going through everybody? Because I keep crashing when I bring it back up. So.
Want me to check mine?
Yeah.
I'm going through? Okay. It was just on my end then.
You suck.
I'm going to restart my tablet just to be just being glitchy.
Okay. You're it.
Oh, hey, it's my turn?
Yep.
It's your turn. Yeah.
Okay, I only have a couple things today, but it's things that I find.
We are on audio break.
It's things that, oh.
Are we on audio break?
We are on audio break.
Shall I wait or go?
It's up to you.
I'm going to wait.
Okay.
You're on sandbag? Okay.
I'm going to wait.
All right, since nobody answered the question last week, of course, we still have the Dr. Spectrum 1 through 5. All you got to do is answer that trivia question at the top of the screen.
Up there.
I thought your buddy won this.
Nope.
Nope.
Nobody
No,
answered
not
the question
those.
last week.
It was a different one. I wasn't here last week.
Oh, and for those of you who are curious, who are just dying to know what comic book title officially started the Marvel Universe, that would be Fantastic Four.
Oh.
And if nobody answers this question this week, I'll give you the answer next week. So there's
And
that.
a new question.
And a new question.
Yes.
This is actually a really good series. That's the reason I'm still trying to give it away. I'm surprised.
Is that a 5-issue series?
I don't believe it's a 5-issue series. I do believe it goes further, but
We only have issues 1 through 5.
yes, which is still a pretty big deal.
That is a big deal.
Philip said the feed was fucked up.
The feed was fucked up.
He texted me.
See, I'm still freezing up every time I load back in.
Somebody's vibing.
There's Lewis. Hang on, guys, brother. We're having some weird technical difficulties here. I'm hooked into a totally different network. Should be fine.
Did you not know?
You ever seen the movie Dragonfly?
Yep.
Isn't that Kevin Costner?
Yep.
Isn't that a classic?
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we're getting hiccups.